Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining us for our Hello Health session for this month. My name is Caroline Price. I'm the Administrative Officer with our Connected Care program. And just wanted to give you all a few quick housekeeping points for the day. Any links and resources that are shared today will be posted to our website at cumberlandcountync.gov. You will also see the links on the screen in front of you. If you are not able to participate in the actual episode today, you can watch reruns of the show on Cumberland County NCTV as well as on YouTube. And for those that are not familiar, Cumberland County, North Carolina TV is a 24-hour channel that does focus on Cumberland County government. It airs 7 days a week on Spectrum Cable Channel 5, as well as streaming and access on the app on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV for free. And as always, please visit our website at cumberlandcountync.gov/health. So we'll go ahead and let our speaker introduce herself for today.
Hi, my name is Taryn Staley. I am the breastfeeding coordinator for the Cumberland County WIC program.
All right. So without any further ado, we will go ahead and get started with our episode today. So Taryn, just kind of going into it, why is breastfeeding important, for both baby and mom?
So there are lots of good benefits to breastfeeding for mom and baby. For mom, it helps reduce her risk of hemorrhage by helping her uterus contract whenever she is nursing her baby.
Okay.
It also decreases her risk of breast cancer and ovarian cancer, type 2 diabetes, and high blood pressure. So a lot of major issues that women may have going on, it definitely helps to reduce those risks. For the baby, it helps to reduce baby's risk of asthma, eczema, allergies, cavities, childhood cancer, respiratory issues like RSV and pneumonia. So it has lots of good benefits for baby as well.
I was going to say, I knew a few of those, but golly, okay, well, I'm already learning something. Question number one, golly, that's awesome. So how does breastfeeding help to support infant health and development?
Yes. So the main thing with helping to develop infants is their immunity. So breast milk has lots of antibodies that protects the baby's immune system, and it actually helps to strengthen their immune system. So that's the main thing. Also, it has lots of fats, proteins, carbohydrates, sugar, water, all of those things that promote healthy growth in infants.
Okay. So what are some common challenges that new mothers do face when they're breastfeeding?
So some of the challenges that moms can face are sore nipples from latching issue. Also, babies not latching correctly, so they're having pain while they're latching. They may be having some engorgement. They could be having some exhaustion just due to the frequency that babies are waking up, just because they're small stomachs, and they may be waking up every couple of hours, and they're waking up about maybe 8 times a day. So moms are waking up throughout the night, and they're also having problems with dealing with judgment from other people whenever they're breastfeeding.
Okay. So I know you mentioned kind of like bad latching, kind of just that soreness. Are there any health concerns that folks have as far as breastfeeding goes?
Health concerns, yes. So we definitely encourage women to breastfeed. Certain women, you definitely want to speak with your doctor. If you have HIV or you are on certain medications, you want to speak with your doctor. But most women are able to breastfeed even if they are on medication. And we usually refer women to, there's a place it's called Infant Risk Center. And it's a website, and it has different medications, because sometimes the doctor may not be aware of what a breastfeeding woman can take. And a lot of times they will tell them to stop breastfeeding or temporarily pump and dump because of their fear. But a lot of times the medication is safe to take while breastfeeding.
Okay. So you mentioned, of course, being with the WIC program. So how does the WIC program support mothers that are wishing to breastfeed?
Yes. So all of our nutritionists are trained in breastfeeding. We also have breastfeeding counselors. These are women who they've breastfed their own children. They have training in breastfeeding. We do trainings every 3 months to make sure that we're staying up to date on any kind of breastfeeding issues. And also these are women who they are there to support you. So this is a program that is a voluntary program, so everyone doesn't have to sign up.
Okay.
But it is a support system. So they educate, they support, they offer resources, so that way the breastfeeding mother can meet her breastfeeding goal. She can get a good start with breastfeeding, and they help them to return back to work and school and continue to breastfeed as well.
Okay. So what would you say that as far as what are the benefits of breastfeeding that go beyond infancy?
Yes. So the World Health Organization now encourages breastfeeding from 2 years and beyond.
Oh, wow.
And they're finding now that doing more research that there's still benefits with breastfeeding as far as baby's immune system or child's immune system. It has increased fats. It has increased proteins, enzymes that protect bacteria. So there's things that are in the child's gut that are protected through breast milk. So it is definitely encouraged to continue to breastfeed beyond the first year.
Wow. So I was going to say, so breastfeeding typically within that first year, that's the typical time as far as the idea around breastfeeding, but it can go beyond that now.
Yes. So worldwide, breastfeeding beyond 2 years is normal.
Okay.
Usually here in the U.S., we breastfeed for the first year.
Okay.
And then the child starts eating regular foods and drinking regular milk. But here in the U.S., usually it's the first year. But again, the World Health Organization says 2 years and beyond, as long as mom and baby are mutually in agreement.
Okay. Gotcha. So in terms of employers, for folks that are breastfeeding, how can employers support those breastfeeding moms that are returning to work?
Yes. So I would say know the law. There is a pumping law for employers to know that says that you are supposed to provide a private space that is not a bathroom. You are supposed to provide a reasonable time for the mom to pump. So it does not give a specified time, 20 to 25 minutes. It doesn't say that. It just says a reasonable amount of time. And so that would be my first thing. Know the law and make sure you are abiding by the law because it is made by the Department of Labor. So it's not something that is made up. This is the federal government that is making these laws. Also, try to have a supportive culture at the job so that way the breastfeeding person feels supported whenever they are taking breaks. Because I know sometimes that can be a challenge as well.
Right.
That sometimes coworkers like, oh, she's always getting a break because she's always needing to pump. So foster that cultural environment so that way everyone is feeling supported. Also providing a refrigerator so that way that she can have her milk stored safely at the correct temperature until it's time for her to go home. So those would be my takeaways to the employers is know the law, provide a space and time, also a refrigerator and culture. If there's not a breastfeeding policy for your job, please do so so that way your breastfeeding women can feel supported and also continue to feed their baby the healthiest way.
Okay. And so just for situational awareness, here at the health department, where is our breastfeeding area?
Yes. So we have 2 breastfeeding rooms. One is in WIC on the first floor of the health department. We also have one on the second floor in maternity health. And so we have those 2 rooms and they've got rocking chairs. They're nice and comfortable. They've got outlets. So that way, if a woman needs to pump, she can. But we also have a breastfeeding friendly policy here at the health department. So a woman is able to breastfeed anywhere. Okay. She doesn't have to go to a specific place to breastfeed. She can breastfeed in the waiting room. She can breastfeed, yes, anywhere in the health department. So the health department is breastfeeding friendly, so she doesn't need a certain place. But if she would like a private place to breastfeed, she certainly can.
Perfect. So in regards to breastfeeding, what are some of the myths that are present that you all hear about?
So some of the most common myths are you have to eat well and breastfeed. You can't breastfeed if you're not eating healthy, which is definitely not the case. You cannot breastfeed if you're taking certain medications, which we've already addressed that before. And also you cannot breastfeed because it's going to hurt. You can't breastfeed if your mom didn't breastfeed. There's quite a bit of misinformation about breastfeeding. And people think that they cannot when they really can.
So essentially, for some of the ones that you mentioned, as far as the myths, how can some of those be corrected, whether it be individual based or the employer or even, personally, how can those myths be corrected?
Yes. Educate yourself. If you have a question, ask someone, do the research to find out if that's true or not. a lot of times people are going off of information that someone else told them, and that may not necessarily be what actually is the truth,
Right.
or the case. And a lot of times we're going off of familial things. So your aunt, your grandmother, your mom, which they may have breastfed, but that was a long time ago and things have changed since then.
Right.
So that would be the thing I would say, is just to educate yourself, so that way you have the current, correct information.
Okay. So how would you say that breastfeeding in general affects maternal health as well as postpartum recovery?
Yes. So research has shown that breastfeeding actually decreases postpartum depression. So there are hormones that are in your body that increase, oxytocin being one of them, the feel-good hormone, and that it increases whenever a mom is nursing. And so the risk of postpartum depression decreases, so that way mom feels better. Also, studies have shown that breastfeeding moms actually get more sleep than moms who don't breastfeed. And so, of course, we want moms to be able to get rest. So when you're well rested, you feel a little bit better. And so those maternal health things are definitely increased with breastfeeding.
Okay. So, and I know I kind of mentioned this prior to, but as far as the individual who's breastfeeding, what role do their partners or any, of those folks around them play in supporting their breastfeeding journey?
Yes. So they play a big role because a lot of times whenever a person is breastfeeding, especially if you're doing it for the first time, you lack confidence. You don't know if you're doing it right. You're a first time mom, regardless of whether you're breastfeeding or not. You're like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
I don't know if this is right.
Right.
And so being there to support them and encourage them, I feel like is the most important thing, that you're doing the right thing. You're doing a great thing for your baby by providing them this healthy breast milk that is going to impact you and also impact your baby. That's the first thing, is encouraging them and supporting them. Also, being able to take household duties on as well. So cooking, washing dishes, washing clothes, the fun part that nobody wants to do. So I would say doing some of those things, so that way the mom can take those things off of her hands. So those are things that neighbors can do, friends can do, grandparents can do, so that way she won't have as much to do, so she can focus on breastfeeding and also focus on getting rest. Taking the baby for a little while. If the baby's already eaten, the baby's awake, or baby's taking a nap, take the baby so mom can take a shower. Take the baby so mom can take a nap.
Give mom a break.
Give mom a break. Exactly. It's a much needed. So those are some of the things that family, friends can do to support a breastfeeding parent.
Okay, perfect. So outside of family and friends, what are some community-based resources that are available for moms that are seeking that support as well?
Yes. So here in Cumberland County, we do have a few different resources. We have lactation consultants. We have 3 major lactation consultants. The first one is Latch, that is located in downtown Fayetteville. It's called Latch Breastfeeding and Postpartum Wellness. We have Mama's Village, which is also downtown, and we have Mother's Helper. Mother's Helper is near Cape Fear Hospital. And then we have the WIC office. So we have our 4 locations. We have here at the health department, we have one in Hope Mills, we have one in Spring Lake, and one on Fort Bragg. So those are the resources with breastfeeding.
Okay, perfect. So just out of curiosity, are there any resources, as we mentioned, for partners and friends and family? Are there any resources in the community for them in terms of how, or maybe even education, that kind of help them learn how to best support the mom that's breastfeeding? Or is that kind of just a twofold? As the mom is needing that support, they just step in at that point?
Yes. Step in at that point. Come to the visits with them. So it is also support. It's encouraged for the support person to come to the appointment. So whenever they see the lactation consultant, go with them. So you'll know what to do. You'll know how best to help. We also encourage that here at your WIC appointment. So bring your husband and support person with you, so that way we can give them the information as well. Because it's not just them. And sometimes, especially for new parents, sleep deprived parents, that sometimes they don't necessarily remember everything that was told to them. So if an extra person can be with them, they're well rested. They're going to remember the things that were told.
Set of ears. Yep. Extra set of ears. Good deal. Good deal. Well, I wanted to thank you, Taryn, for being here with us today. I did want to mention a few upcoming events that are going to be happening. Our Fun in the Sun event will be on Saturday, September 13th. Of course, again, here at the health department, and that will run from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. Annual suicide prevention event will be held on Friday, August 26th. And lastly, our overdose recognition training will be held on August 27th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Lean Training Center. So again, thank you, Taryn, for being here with us today. I can honestly say that I learned quite a bit more about breastfeeding. I feel like I knew a little bit, but this is beneficial for us too within the health department as well. So thank you again for being here with us today.
Thank you.
So just wanted to provide you all with a bit more information before we end the session today. Again, check our outreach calendar and our weekly update to make sure that you all are staying abreast of any upcoming things that are relevant to you all within the health department. Please take a survey. Tell us how we did today. That's going to be available on our website as well. As mentioned previously, any links and resources that are shared today will be posted on our website, cumberlandcountync.gov. And of course, again, if you all are not able to watch the session today, you can watch reruns of the show at Cumberland County NCTV as well as on YouTube. And if there are no additional points we want to make today, we will end the session. Again, thank you all for joining us, and we will see you all next time.